Hey guys, it's Jaden from LazerGaming. In this video, I have part 2 of my Battlefield 2016 series with Iceman, Oz, and CheesyGaming. Don't forget to go and check out their channels, linked down below in the description. But in today's video, we will be talking about infantry or vehicular gameplay in the next Battlefield, which is better, and the drawbacks of each different kinds of game types. Also, the gameplay in this video is with the RO933. This is a bit of a weird weapon. It's not necessarily a weapon I would use too often, but I recently entered legendary mode and I got an awesome kill streak with this weapon that spans the entire video. Don't forget to drop a like for that, subscribe if you are new here, but let's get right into part 2 of this discussion.
And that is the infantry or vehicle focus. What are we thinking here when it comes to the next Battlefield game when it comes to this?
Yeah, so I guess Battlefield Hardline was disappointing for almost every Battlefield fan because of the lack of vehicles like tanks and jets. However, I know it wouldn't make sense to have like jets flying around with cops and criminals, so I think that's why for Battlefield 5 they will have like a vehicle shift and a lot more new vehicles so that people are at least satisfied.
Yeah, I think they're gonna really focus on vehicles in this game, whatever setting it is. Just because, yeah, Hardline really lacked vehicles, and I think they might not necessarily overcompensate, but they may just put an extra focus on vehicles, which I don't know if I necessarily like. I mean, I personally like Hardline a lot, and I like the infantry focus in it. But I mean, every once in a while, I'll go through stints where all I can do is play with tanks in Battlefield 4, and I'll go on to Goldmud Railway, and just the tank gameplay on that map is really good. But I honestly think that either way, it'll be a good game. I just personally hope they don't lean too far in either direction. I hope that there's a good balance between infantry and vehicular maps.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Well, I mean, of course, the balance is a really important thing. Now, I lean generally towards infantry focus, mainly because that seems to me to be the best test of skill when it comes to it, because a lot of times anyone can hop into a tank and just blow someone with the radius that a tank shell has, of course, but I tend to lean more towards an infantry focus on a general scale. There's a motorbike outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, I was like, there's a motorbike outside and we're recording this. But yeah, anyway, I lost my train of thought. Right, so an infantry focus. So what are we going to get if we lean towards an infantry focus? Well, you're going to get more maps that go towards that. So what do we want? Do we want larger scale maps that suit? Because that's what it really comes down to. When you design the maps around infantry or the vehicles, the maps also have to be designed around them as well. So if you're going to decide whether it's going to be infantry or vehicular, that really plays an impact on literally everything. That is a really big deal when it comes to the core gameplay.
Yeah, so the setting, it also depends on the vehicles and stuff. For example, World War I was fought in trenches and stuff, so there wouldn't really be much vehicles there. However, if they choose another setting, maybe it will be more fit for vehicles and stuff. So yeah, the vehicles really does depend on a lot of other things.
Yeah, World War I mean, they had tanks, but they weren't really used too much for fighting. And I agree, if it was a World War I shooter, it would lean a bit more towards infantry. But at the same time, you can have really any time setting. For example, have a map like Zavad. I mean, not necessarily that looks like Zavad, but I just feel that Zavad has a really good balance between vehicles and infantry. There's a couple tanks and LAVs and one Little Bird, but it's not overly dominated by vehicles. But at the same time, if you just want to run around with an assault rifle, you can dominate on the map as well. I think that it provides both sets of gameplays pretty well. And while I talked about Goldmud Railway having really good vehicular gameplay, if you're running around playing assault, you're just at a giant disadvantage on that map, because there's just so much open fields that you are forced to run across. And I find that whenever I play on that map, if I'm playing infantry, I just die way too often to tanks and other vehicles.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video, and stay tuned for part 3 of this series, which will talk more about innovation in Battlefield 2016 and what the release date will be. But that's about it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.